Good morning, everybody, and how are we doing? Today I am going to be doing some more networking. I say more. Yesterday I got about as far as, oh shit, the room. I had to entirely rewrite the room controllers yesterday because I'm not very clever, and I forgot that. I forgot that. No, I've lost my sentence. I forgot that. I forgot that network client segments do not have a frustum. It all relies on one big frustum, but I rewrote it and I'm just brilliant. Mostly, I rewrote it. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, I had to fix those plants. So I improved the plants, but I only improved the plants by I'm hungry. I just realised I'm actually really hungry. I hate being hungry in the morning. I'm going out for curry later. Lovely curry. So this is a network game, but I'm playing it in the editor. Just to make life confusing. It also crossed my mind yesterday. I could probably start the game off by fitting a Greg. I could probably start the game off actually with one of those scanners on the map, or maybe a readout. Now I've got the data, you see. It's all about getting the data rather than anything else. But yeah, so I mean, I ran the server up yesterday. I'm not intending to keep it or use it. And yeah, holy shit, the tunnel nukers have they've come right through this mountain overnight. So that's nice. It is also surprising, probably not the right word, how much nicer it is to run the game with a network client, as a network client. Oh, come on, I do not have a decent bit of surface ore. Yeah, there's my nearest hive mine, by the way. I am an editor, so I do get to cheat. I will be doing a progression run before we finish the game, but the progression run will very much... I'm also wondering if I can hear the tunnel nukers from the spawn. I will make a note on that one. Because you should only hear tunnel nukers if they don't... notes. Check tunnel nuker max audio dist. Oh no, well nuker's fine because nukers can't hurt you. Nukers give up at 64 meters. Remember, Nukers there to clear the landscape. That's actually not what I'm worried about. What I'm actually worried about, two things. Where the hell's my threat scanner? Resin scanner, even. Resin scanner. Why does the cargo lift have a... What does the resin scanner look like? But I don't think... Oh, you can't hear that noise. They're basically spawning and dying, and spawning and dying, and that's annoying, because they shouldn't make... I shouldn't hear them if they immediately die. There's a threat scanner. I don't want a threat scanner. I want a resin scanner. There's the resin refiner. Lithium coil charger. Rack railer. That's all tier 4 stuff. That's high-end stuff. Beacon, ablator. Well, I feel very stupid. I can't remember what the icon looks like in my own game. Is that it? No, I'm out of power. I hope, find the Arthur charger. There's the Arthur charger. And also I need a Arthur power core. And always an Arthur solar panel. Right, resin scanner. What's it look like? I really can't remember. I thought it was about here, you see. My brain is telling me it's about here in the map. But it will be further through because of when I wrote it. So this is the resin refiner. Cryobomb assembler. No. I'll tell you what. Let's check. FortressCraft resin scanner. Resin handling gives you hard resin detector. Hey, you see? The wiki is awesome. I can't find something. I don't know what I'm looking for. I just couldn't picture it in my head. And it's the green circle with 2 rocks. Still can't see it, which is beginning to make me wonder if there's a problem. Ah, there it is. There it is. I'm just an idiot. Yeah, so. New world. Game's running awfully though. I don't know why it's running so badly, but it really is. I'm getting a lot of spam though. Why are rocks and trees? And oh, that's because they are entities. But I shouldn't be hearing them. You see, that's what I'm more concerned about. Yeah, whatever. People get very angry about the worms. They're not dangerous. Just stand in the right place. They can't even hurt you. But yeah, I'm started off with I started off with resin 32 meters from CPH. So I'm so close to a hive mind. I get hive mind music at my base. But rooms now work networked. Some things don't work. For instance, you can't paint them in a network game. Well, you can, but I'm 99% sure I'm right. So if I paint this one, and then I teleport away, and then I teleport back, so that forces everything to unload and everything to reload. I'd like to fix this, by the way. Come on. But I'm pretty sure that won't paint, so that's a... yeah, that's to do. But rooms work. That's a good start. Well, they're not that far away. The planet's only like 100 meters away or something. Okay, now I say next thing. I won't have any data, but now there is a great chance this is going to crash the client or the server. I'd be surprised if it didn't. Well, colour me surprised. Wow, really? No data, but I haven't actually mined anything, so I will go mine something. Interesting, I've just realised you're not going to be able to zoom in on the... You're not going to be able to zoom in on that. That's just not going to work. Because... how far away is this? So to zoom in on it, I'll have to send that back up to the server. It will have to regenerate a map, and then it'll have to send that back down to me. So the client doesn't have the data to regenerate maps. But was that coal? I guess it was. We haven't tried coal, so let us set up a coal collection. I'd also like to think about improved paste as well. I was thinking this morning about this. I can't remember what the ratio is. So if the ratio for most recipes is greater than 1, I was thinking about introducing the concept of compressed paste. Just so there are less things in the hopper. But I think I can only go 2 to 1 because I think most things are only 1 to 2 paste as it is. So I can't get much out of it there, unfortunately. Which is sad. So we will have to get our way around that one. Do I need anything else? I need a paste machine. Can't remember how that looks. Oh, that's got a nice icon. The best icons are the ones that are non-diegetic. The worst icons are the ones that just look like the thing that you're doing. Because all the things in FortressCraft, with the best one in the world, kind of look like... actually, is there a coal ore? Ah, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, let's go for that one. So in this case, the player, I feel very much under attack. I was kind of hoping not to take those out. I don't want to take out those nice veins of hard resin. I wanted to see how it would grow because as you know, the hard resin stuff was changed. What is wrong with my frame rate though? Nothing. It's obs. Hold on. If I minimize obs. Wow. Alright, my frame rate's just doubled, maybe tripled there at minimizing obs. I hope everybody likes the new music. I like the new music. I mean, OBS, it's the program I use to stream with. Because the search for doesn't work. None of this works. And very few things are actually got a tag. So mining, there are 2 things for mining in the whole game. Nano-disintegrator and ore-disintegrator. Defenses have 6 things. Lights have a few things. At least multi-blocks work because that's an inherent thing. But yeah, you're quite right. You're totally right. That is a thing, and I should one day actually sort it out. Oh yeah, I forgot. So I'm in the client. So I'm in the editor. So that means I'm cheating. So that means I get unlimited everything, and everything runs super duper quick. Server isn't though. So I can only, how to describe it? I can only partially cheat. Where was the coal? I was sure there was coal here. I can cheat in the sense I can build stuff, but I can't cheat in the sense of I have unlimited power. This is a weird seed, though. Like, so far I've had a whole bunch of just weirdnesses. But I can cheat through just sheer quantity. So this is the first test, by the way, at all, of patch 18. Haven't run it before now. I also have a note to try and fix on the surface colours a bit. The surface colours are generally, like, that's fine. It's generally fine. As I keep trying to explain to people who are complaining about the way it looks, I don't have that many choices in the palette. I run on a I run on a 15-bit colour scheme, and honestly, 15 bits is not that many colours. It's just not that many colours. Now I can still cheat by doing this, and I should have just thought about that a minute ago. This is not a big coal vein. I'm also going to fix those plants in a minute. They're annoying me now. So I fixed plants by essentially dropping their update time a lot. Eventually, all the plants will fix themselves. That's fine and dandy, but it takes a while. So if I do a report on the server, let's have a look. Oh, I don't actually. Do I actually not drop out machine timings? Interesting. On the bright side, the room base scanner has sent 0k. That's good. I just don't think I've got enough machines expensive to... We'll check that in a moment. You can check that now. If I can just work out where my mouse cursor is. There we go. Oh, come on, Unity. Thank you. Anyway. So we want to be able to harvest enough coal to appear on the map. So I'm not 100% sure under any means that coal even appears on the map. So therefore, it's a good one to start with. So, the server will have recorded quite some hours of data, but unfortunately I forgot that it would have been a good idea to have hooked up some sort of resource network before I went to bed last night. I am not a clever man. Oh, the other good thing about the music is the music only lasts 90 seconds now. But the bad thing about the music, it does restart when you go in and out of in English. When you go in and out of a room, and I want to change that so the surface music only starts if you weren't previously in a room. I said I haven't actually done a playthrough yet, so none of these things have annoyed me. I suspect the playthrough we're going to do is going to be on a much higher difficulty, and we're going to do it over about 2 weeks. Currently, this one is set to Greg. So, 25 ore per bar. You don't see anybody on the forums complaining that's too easy, do you? Oops. Okay, ghetto splitter. Ghetto in this case means not using an actual machine to do it. The prescribed way. And then, let's get rid of this rock. I forgot those rocks do drop something useful, don't they? I forgot what it is. So this is how I recommend you set your paste up. More or less. Where is the heist? There is the heist. See, my mouse cursor's gone shit again. So if I select ops and minimize it, does that make the frame rate come back? Yeah, how weird. I'm not too surprised it's Ob's fault though, not in the slightest. Right, so. At some point Andy needs to do one of these. What are these? These are an auto-upgrader base. A geological surveyor pivot. I'm not sure what the lid's from. Don't recognise the lid. It looks great until you realise that every single bit of it's stolen off of the machine. Cool. Now, hopefully, actually I can check my ore scanner. So I'm at 8 ore a minute, so hopefully then, if we head back to the base. I'm really surprised the ore scanner didn't crash. The base scanner. Like, pleased and surprised and saddened at the that though. So if I put in, oh, I didn't bring any with me. Oh, I just need to find a coal vein. Oh, look, there's one. So there's no guarantee this is working. Like I said, I didn't actually try it last night. Now the filters, on the other hand, should work. So the filters are read locally, and they don't seem to be. So let's start with that, because I'm 99% sure that the server has set the filter correctly. Like, and we call calculate filter. We didn't get any errors. And we call calculate filter when we call update color map, and we call update color map only when the server tells us something's changed. Okay, well that's probably silly. Oh no, the man hasn't spoken French to me again, has he? Bonjour, je suis désolé, mais je ne comprends pas votre réponse. Discord. Man, really? French not do Discord? You do not do the Discord? Oh no, mais non. If world script dot is server equals false, calculate filter. Okay, calculate filter probably has never been called, so I've probably just never received an update from the server. It should take a minute to do that. Still nothing, but not crashing. That's an awesome start. It was my phone, yes. Awesome start. String filter does that. And when do we set the string filter? If the render map is dirty, okay, ball filter dirty. Let's do that. If string dot compare ordinal. Oh god, which way? I could never remember which way around is it. Like, it's far too, like, all I want to know is returns a 1 or a 0 or a not 0. 0 is equal, so. Right, so that should now... Oh, bugger, I hit save. That should now send me the string filter appropriately. No, Unity, I said stop running. I press Control P. Do not try and compile while I'm running. Render map dirty. Now the only thing is, with the current system, the filter only updates when the server sends it to me. Now the filter will update and it works. So that's actually probably a worse idea, thinking about it. Because calculate filter. Right, let's not do that because that's not a good change. Because if the server sends stuff to me, I update the color map. So the color map goes to 61 or something. Read network update, color map goes to 61. And that will update our color map as long as we're in the same room as it, otherwise we just ignore it. And at that point we will calculate the filter. So that means that I can guarantee that when the filter is when I receive a blip from the server, the real question is, are we receiving it from the server? Possibly not. Or we're just receiving a whole bunch of nah. Regardless though, even if we receive a whole bunch of nah, we should still get back from the server a whole bunch of nothing, and we should still set up hashtag no filter. So that didn't work. So we'll bug track, but didn't crash. Very surprised. Very, very, very much expected it to crash. Okay, first of all, is this machine in a room? For fuck's sake. So, I had to rewrite the entire room code last night, so it's entirely... Holy shit, Unity just crashed. Oh, come on, you can't do that. Well, you can, but... Man, so I appreciate and encourage and I'm happy with people to interact with me, but please stop talking to me on Discord while I'm trying to stream. Talk to me here. I have questions about my new computer. Haha. But yeah, because he's like, do you want the two 10 terabyte disks in your machine? Do you want them formatted in a mirror array for speed? I'm like, then I don't need them to be fast. I just need them to be big. So all that goes on those discs is like Unity. I don't need Unity to load quickly. I do need my apps and games to load quickly. I suspect that as time goes on, I'll end up moving this across. But like I generally run my games off a hard drive because I found that most games, it doesn't make fuck all difference. They're just so badly written anyway. So, I have to scan this. I can see what value it's got, what room ID it's got. So that's in a room, good. This might not be. You're in a room. You're in a... Hold on, this is the live update. This is the live update that's not working. Of the room controllers. As I said, I rewrote all this last night. I'm calling link to all machines a hell of a lot here. So this is just client side. This is also a bit of a weird setup anyway, though, because this is the first machine that really works different client and server. So the rooms don't exist on the server. They might do, but they might not do. I don't care. These are a client-side visibility thing. Yeah, Josh, just quietly, because I needed to get it done. So I'm a bit concerned that my new PC only has half a terabyte of SSD speed. But I do have plenty more SSDs to put in there if I want to. I suspect I will start off by putting that in there, though. It makes no difference. I mean, really, it's nice, but it won't make any difference particularly. It is an M2, but you're not realistically going to see any particular difference. Honestly, you're not. Yep, but Kaka, when you say you've seen quite a difference, do you mean you've seen quite a difference running a what's the word? A profile, like, you know, a benchmark, because in the real world, it's all your hard drives, your SSD is almost never flat out. I mean, sure, if you're copying files, maybe, but like booting up a game. Yeah, limiting factor ain't how quickly you can get shit off the disc. Ever. Mia, are you watching? Because you're talking to me on Discord, and I can't tell if I can reply to you or over this one. So yeah, the new PC has got two 10 terabyte discs in it because they've come down in price. They are now great value for money. Expensive, but good value for money. So two 10 terabyte spinning discs, and half terabyte SSD. I have plenty more SSDs. Like this one, this SSD is pretty much just Unity's cache and videos from my car. Yeah. Oh, well, let me save that one. I think that's the issue. I don't think the live update's working. I need to work out why not. Oh yeah, boot time absolutely makes a difference on an SSD. I've got a laptop here that has 3 SSDs in a RAID array, a RAID 0. And holy shit, is that one quick. Really, really, really quick. Mia, I managed to make a change to Unity without crashing it by quickly tabbing back and pressing Control P. Yeah. But yeah, my laptop with the triple SSDs in RAID 0, I honestly, it is an absolute honking beast. The boot up speed is just incredible. Okay, how many machines are in this room then? 18 machines inside this room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now, see, I'm still not getting here. I'm not getting a room ID. But I'm going to rebuild another one. See if it's the same response. But now, how many machines in the room? 19. Okay, so let's assume that is working. Let me pop me a breakpoint down. Doubtful, Korhaka. I mean, that's threaded anyway. Like, you won't... The limiting factor on FortressCraft loading is not the disk. It's the CPU. And the final limiting factor, I'm afraid, is Unity. I think we limit ourselves to generating one segment per frame because Unity has no method to asynchronously upload meshes to the hardware. Good job, Unity. Yeah. Okay, have we had a network update? Now, I can't spend too long debugging because I'll get kicked off the server. So quite often what I need to do is that now is run again and then scroll through this. Okay, we have had a network update. Network transmit. And it is all full of zeros. Now this could mean that the server is not sending it properly. Or it could mean we're not scanning coal. And in a totally unrelated thing, let's put down some herbivores. Oh, ampule, basic medbay, advanced medbay, base scanner. Where's the... Ah, wait, it all looked like... It almost definitely have a Falcor icon because I'm special. There we go. Frame rate's gone again. How strange. I would like to get rid of the blocks, but I think overall, I think the game actually looks rather nice. Like usually. See, when people talk about I want to play FortressCraft in creative, this is what they're talking about doing. It's really not a game. The problem is that there are some people who would spend a lot of time and enjoy this a lot, and there are a whole bunch more people that would do this and get bored really quickly. I guarantee there will be even more people who will accidentally select this mode and then say that the game is too easy or the crafting is broken. Because that's how people are. I'm pleased to see the Falcors are working networked though. Not tried. These are the new Falcors, so I've not tried them before. But yes, if I'm going to tap to OBS, minimise OBS, not that it wasn't minimised, and come back and my frame rate's shot up. How weird. Can't remember if I'm using NVEnc. I was using NVEnc, and then I think I hated it because it just was just worse, not better. What you want? I've got a black magic capture card, and it was just such a nightmare to set up. And then you've got like OBS is physically on a different machine. What you want an onboard capture card, really. Like so it's just a loop back into the same PC. So at least we're not going to have much of a problem with storage space because we're on Greg mode. 25 ore per bar. Well, I've still got my raid array. I've got a proper raid array behind me. And I need to think about upgrading the drives on that. But I think it's old now. And I think it only took 3 terabyte drives as the largest. Sadly. Not related. I need to see the doctor. I've had a cough ever since my motorbike accident, and I suspect it might be related. No, I've got a proper RAID, as in a dedicated hardware unit, a dedicated NAS, as opposed to a bunch of drives with a RAID controller on my PC. It's I've got 2. I've got a Synology, a 6-bay Synology, and a 5-bay Drobo. Welcome to Writing Computer Games for a Living. Yeah, Andy, I think you're wrong if you're watching. I think we should have a induction kit underneath the CPH. For lots of reasons. Starting with, I think it will look cooler. On easy mode, I think that will just be a nice, improvement. Okay, that should have... Yes, it's the frame rate's gone. It's so weird. I'm just blaming OBS. Okay, so still nothing. Now, I don't know whether or not this means it's not transmitted anything or it's not received anything. So we've received just a whole bunch of falses. Okay, so let's look at the transmit code. Right network. So it's most likely going to be the network transmit is true. So essentially, if we have any value that is not 0, we set network transmit to true. Now, I think I should be able to attach... No, I can't. Fuck you, Unity. I need to make if I make a debug build, I can attach the Unity debugger to the server. I don't know why people say we're having problems attaching the Unity debugger to the game. Like, if it's a debug build, you can definitely do it. I do it all the time. So let me delete this machine, because if I delete it, rebuild it, that will force an update. I tell you what I can do then is if I go to, actually no, I'm not. I'm receiving a whole bunch of falses, but I don't know whether or not that's because I just wasn't collecting anything, or man, I would like to fix that. You've no idea what the battle is like between accurate conveyor simulation on a client and just bandwidth. Oh, I haven't actually... I still haven't smelted my first ore. Wait, that's not right. Unable to... That probably doesn't help. Remove only. Add only. I will also... Ooh, can I cheat the research? I'm not sure if I can. There are some things I can just do as a server, as a cheating client. Not cheating, it's not the right word. I just basically, because I'm in the editor, a whole bunch of code just runs differently. Say this is proper difficulty. These are 2 times drill motors, not fucking 8 or whatever you normally get. Any plans to improve the dedicated server performance? No, not really. Like, right, currently, FortressCraft is using up 1.6 gigabytes, so nothing, and is using up 1.4% of my CPU time. So, Donald, can you please explain to me exactly what performance you'd like me to fix? If you're talking about networking, then in the last 12 hours, this server has used 85 megabytes of world data and 3 megabytes of update data. So I genuinely, without being too sarcastic, genuinely don't know what you are talking about. What performance are you talking about? And when was the last time you tried it? I can't optimize much lower than 1.4%, dude. Oh, wait, our base efficiency. So the base efficiency is working, but that is calculated locally. 16 or 1 bar, which is good. Well, it's not good. It means that we're running out. So that's my first one. Welcome to Greg mode, by the way. Yeah, we're going up. We're going up. 21 ore. I can't smelt this quick. But why am I not getting a chart sent to me? Now, the other thought would be that a server now server should update the color map but won't update the hoppers. And I'm pretty sure anyway that function doesn't predicate on a headless server, no. Oh man, I'm going to have to make a new server for this. Okay, so I'm going to close down the network server in a moment. I'm going to have to make a build. I hate working on network stuff. Other than... And room controls, they do work on a headless server, right? I would assume so. I mean, that may have been it. So that wouldn't have set the filter, but it should have just been still hashtag no filter. I also don't know what the bug with lifts is. Something I said before, guys, you can't just name a bug in your head, call it that name and expect me to know what you're talking about. Right? There are even two things in the game called lifts, for heaven's sake, so I don't even know which one you're talking about. So, I don't know of any bug with lifts. So, please explain to me, use tiny words for my tiny, tiny brain. Compile faster. Chop chop. Okay, conveyor belts or mass storage not showing. Invisible conveyor belts. Never seen that. Mass storage should be fixed in patch 18. That's not really a client thing. That's just a visibility thing. I just broke it because I've been trying to optimize stuff and sometimes I get it wrong. When you say invisible conveyor belts, do you mean sometimes there's something on a conveyor belt you don't see? I can fix that. It's easy to fix, but the network bandwidth starts to shoot up. And then the network bandwidth shoots up, people get kicked off, and then people complain that's broken. I don't know. yeah, so mass storage should be fixed in patch 18. I know exactly that issue. It's you can ignore it. You can ignore both those. It's how can I put it? It's a fine line that's set between just sending all the data and then me using up too much network bandwidth and me not sending enough data and you're getting this issue. Currently, there's no way to tweak that on a per server basis. I would like to add that. Because, for instance, my server, which is running on it's running on amazing hardware, makes it a huge difference. I was surprised. So you can run a network server on dual-core 1.3 gigahertz mobile CPU. I have done it surprisingly well. On the flip side, it's currently running on a 4 gigahertz 6700K, and holy shit is it quick. So better hardware does definitely help. If the belts are blocked, that's a known issue. Again, if you compare FortressCraft to any other game, you can draw a lot more at a lot higher frame rate than any other game of this genre. And unfortunately, that belt bug is a side effect. But you're talking about, so if I do this, right, they're fine. Right, they're stopping, they're moving fine. Eventually, they're fine. That's annoying. That is it receiving a network update. So it receives a network update, and then it rewinds back. So that's annoying. But it works. It is working, okay? So if I move away, so I'm not getting hammered with the updates, they are definitely working. But if I teleport... I've been here before this loaded instantly. So I'm beginning the polish run of this patch as well. So it's a good time to talk about stuff like this. So probably I won't see anything. Because I could only see something. Because what's happened is these are blocked. And blocked conveyor belts... Oh, well, it is working. Look at that. Blocked conveyor belts are generally marked off as don't bother updating to render. Because if you've got 1,000 conveyor belts, all of which not doing anything, you don't want me to waste your CPU time re-rendering them. Simply calculating whether or not I should render them takes CPU time. So it's one of those situations that it's really tricky. It's easy to fix. It is a 5-second easy fix. But if your frame rate then, if you lose then 10 frames a second in a busy base, you're not going to be happy with the fix. Yeah, Donald, why do you think that's a bug? Seriously, what? I get so annoyed with this. How is that a bug? Look, let me build a lift, right? Let me build a lift, and I'm sounding annoyed, and I'll stop sounding annoyed when it turns out I'm wrong. Right, lift. Let's have a look at the help file for the lift. It won't say it now. Maximum range, 64 meters in multiplayer. I cannot make it bigger because when you're further than 64 meters away from something in multiplayer, it's not there anymore because it's a separate game. It says in big letters this doesn't work. It's not a bug. It's by design. Also, this goes for everyone. Stop building lifts that tall. It's a very bad base design. But it says quite clearly that's how it should be. You can build a lift compressor all you like. I don't think it makes any difference at all. Now, incidentally, that number shouldn't go up. So that number should not go above that. But it does say, lifts limited to 64 meters for network clients. Sorry. Look, and down. As you can see, this explains the reason perfectly. Look, there's no world. The world started to unload at 64 meters. I would love to fix... I would love to rewrite that so it worked. I will actually, though, change that so the current range just counts back down to 64. But yeah, it's not a bug. I hear so much it's a bug, and it's like, well, it's really not. If world script dot is no, hold on. If network client thread dot, oh, how do I say I'm a client? Is client somewhere? Kohaka, if you haven't seen the if you haven't watched the tutorial videos that the game comes with, but there's a mission to watch tutorial videos, I could understand why perhaps this is a thing. However, there is one. Network manager dot instance not equal to null if network manager dot instance dot client thread not equal to null if world script dot is server equals false. I think if mn extend range is greater than 64, mn extend range equals 64. There we go. And where's that sorry printed? Do I only print that sorry regardless? If not is so. Is that as simple as that? Is not is server? Yeah, because all players are there. Fixed. Oh yeah, no, in single player, absolutely. But the thing is, see, in single player, the whole world is live. The whole world, and it's amazing, and I can make so many assumptions. That's why this is why the room scan doesn't work. Because I only get the area around the player. Now, there's a tech note for FortressCraft 2. Future tech. Client-side caching of network data. Which is 6 little words with 3 or 4 months of work behind them. Kohaka, now you see, that's the thing. That's kind of not my problem. Do enough people watch the tutorial videos? No. Whose fault's that? Really? It's right there. Video tutorial, suggested guide. Click here to watch a tutorial on the crystal scanner. Right. I can't click on it. If I click on that, Unity crashes. Right, do we have some bars? We have got 4 bars. Welcome to Greg. See, Greg mode is a little bit different to the game modes of Scrubs. Now in Greg mode, rooms are even more important, I would say, because you end up with a base somewhere in the region of 12 times more complex in Greg. So remember that fuck nugget on the forums yesterday? He's like, oh, game's so easy. Yeah, sure it is. It's easy to play a game slowly. Kohaka, there is one. There's literally a tutorial on this. Literally a tutorial on watching these things. Have you not watched the tutorial? It tells you to watch a video tutorial. You are forced to watch one of the video tutorials. Which one did you watch? Oh man. unhappy Falcor is unhappy. I don't know if that's just a network thing. Or, oh, yeah, that's interesting. Is that just because the Falcors break in a network game when they're full up? That's quite funny. Do love the little Falcors. I think they're ace. I also like that. Missing strength, goopy damn proceed English. When you say recently, I don't know when. 2 years, maybe? It's part of the story. You have to watch it. And even if you don't have to watch it, why would you not go, ooh, video tutorials? I wonder if I could learn something. The amount of people who watch the crystal scanner tutorial and go, holy shit, I didn't even know it worked like that, is horrifying, quite frankly. But yeah, every time I see comments about it's too hard to find crystals, I'm like, have you watched the tutorial on finding crystals? And they're like, no. Where are the video tutorials? I'm like, well, you press H, and every time you press H, it tells you, look at the video tutorials. I'd like to do some more, and if anybody puts together a sexy little tutorial video on anything, I will happily link it in-game. You can even keep all the advertising revenue. Okay, press N to select the paint gun. Painted a static block. Oh wow, yeah, we're actually, because I'm playing in proper difficulty, I don't have any coal for this. Anyway, nothing that little cheating can't fix. I should probably at some point stop players actually building. Like, the server can be completely authoritative, but it's just like, if you want to go running a hacked client just in order to be able to place coal on your server, I'm like, I don't think I care. Go for it, dude. You know, it's your game. I've said before, it's your game. I don't care what you do in it, really. Knock yourself out. I'm not here to try and stop you having fun. I'm just here to try and make sure our game is generally balanced. Donald, incidentally, is there anything I can do to make messages like that more obvious? So I would like the people not to ask me that question, and not to tell me it's a bug, and not to comment on it. But is there anything I can actually do to change those things? Yeah, so there you go. That's the issue. That's the issue you're talking about. Oh, it's fixed now. God damn it. It's interesting that when a network tick arrives, I assume that's probably fairly easy to fix. Notes. When conveyor tick arrives, visuals always seem to reset to 0. Okay, so we've definitely got tin and copper now. Nothing. I forgot what I changed. Stuffs. Okay. Now, unfortunately, there's not really a lot of point in breakpointing this. I'm 99% sure I am just receiving a shit ton of falses. But a wise man once said, When debugging a program, always check your assumption. Oh, it was me. It was me. There we go. Network transmit. Right, so either the server hasn't sent me anything, or the server sent me the wrong thing, or the server... No, I got 32. I don't think that's a thing. No, I know what the issue is. It's just lots of things to fix to get it. Okay, under no circumstances should we not have the network transmit or the network hub. If it's not filtered, we don't set it. Now, it's possible that the server, for whatever reason, is not seeing the filter. But if I build an unfiltered one, aha! And there she is. Oh, see ya. Yeah. So I'm going to reconstruct that data because that data just gives me those points. And the peak is not calculated correctly. So that's fine. Okay. So, see, I've just done all the pixels. I don't know why I put... No, wait, hold on, that's right. When we draw those, we fill in all the pixels in a row. There are no overlap pixels. So all I'm doing is I'm storing, as the X goes up, the Y byte. Now, unfortunately, there is too much data to debug. That's thoroughly annoying. I cannot possibly put a breakpoint on it. It will just go, ugh. So I don't quite know right at this second why that isn't working. It's kind of working, but I seem to have missed the... yeah. Okay, so what will happen here is I will miss out any data that exists on the same line. So over a while, this will probably be okay. But those are vertical lines, so it's not quite right. I think that's copper and ore. So vertical lines I'll miss. I'm not sure why coal is off though. Except, I'm not sure I actually did coal. I can't return color.black because black is nothing. So we'll do a very dark purple. Do we actually do coal? Not so sure we do. Donald, I think you're very lagged. Yeah, I totally forgot to do coal. Oh, we actually store coal. We saw coal burned, but not coal. Oh man, this won't be on the bar chart. Clear 1 min stats. Yeah, there we go. Coal to do. Right, so now the server has coal. I made a rubbish assumption on my output map. Although, honestly, I'm not sure this is actually going to be much of an issue. If worldscript.mb is server and hosting. So, all we do here is we draw from y1 equals network cache I x plus 1, and then we do draw line x comma y comma x plus 1 comma y1 comma lcol comma -1. Now the -1 means if I get this wrong, it will crash. And that's good. I'd rather it crashed than quietly carried on. Okay, so coal will work next time I restart the server. And hopefully the lines are drawn up. And I need to make most of the ores quite a bit darker. So bars are nice and bright. Ore should be much darker. Like half as bright. I haven't actually seen tier 2 ores yet, so they might actually be okay. These are a bit darker, it looks like. And molly and chrome and crafted items and minox will all be red. Ah, okay, Donald, I see. Are you winning the fight with the kids, by the way, or are the kids winning? How was she trying to get down there? To a great degree, I usually fall or die once, and then I'm like, fuck this. I'm gonna absolutely build a. I'm just gonna build a stair or a lift or a teleporter, or I'm gonna fix it so I don't die. Right. Better. So, Peter, the graphs are not getting more amazing, but what they are doing is working on the network. which has involved a substantial pain in the ass rewrite of some stuff. Okay, filtered works perfect. Look at that. Only I would... Yeah, okay, that's cool. Did you know that if you press shift on that, you're going to get 10. If you press control, you're going to get 1? I didn't. Well, the thing about digging straight down is that only works the first time. I recommend people don't do that, because you're going to want to go down there again, aren't you? You are going to want to go down there again. So it does take a little while to update, which is fine. So there's just a copper bar in there. There you go. Yeah, we kind of got to wait for the server to come around. Yaziriel, either Steve wrote it and I forgot, or I wrote it and I forgot. But I completely forgot that you could do that. I mean, it was years ago, but it doesn't say it, does it? I mean, it doesn't say it anywhere. Because usually these days I bring up my inventory, you see. So I don't shift click. So it's shift for... Hang on. Because you can't do it in the other direction. So it's shift for 10. Zod's got it right. I've forgotten more about this game than you'll ever know. Also, I just, because Steve was like, "Why aren't you doing this?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I forgot." But part of it is because the game doesn't tell me. And I do apologise, by the way, for that. I have no idea. Plus 16. And I suspect this might have to be down up a little bit. Do I actually use this anywhere? No. And just to make sure there's nowhere in code I actually care about that. No. That's good. And there's my tin. I have to say, as I said yesterday, I very much judge how much I think a feature is important based on how many people talk about it, how people get excited about it. What is going on there? Yeah, that's a segment that doesn't have any machines in it. And I've just come out of a room. And it wasn't visible at the moment I left the room. I think that's the other one. Wow, we haven't even had a single tin bar yet. What, over 2 years ago? Yes. However, I'm not actually doing a playthrough, so let me do my best. We are on Greg mode. On Greg mode, those Force 5 inductions, they are a lot better. Oh, they are a lot better. Oh, I can't smelt it because I haven't researched it. Yeah, so this are segments with no machines in them. So that segment has no machines in it. These one, not the segment I'm in, the segment 1 meter beneath that. And that segment, I thought I added. Oh. Well, that is interesting. They're all saying same room as me. That might be as simple as the bug right there. Going in and out of the room tends to sort of fix it, but say I need to sit down and work out what that one is and hope that it doesn't slow down too much. The worst scenario is when something is bugged, isn't rendering properly, and it's still too slow. I am going to go and get a drink. Donald, I'll answer your question because of our special lag. Yeah, sort of. People... It's very easy to not put a rack railer... Sorry, not to put an auto excavator in the same shaft as a rack railer. Shut up, Siri. What the fuck? It's a lot harder to tear up 800 rack rails. The problem is that rack rails aren't entities, and the excavator only ignore entities. So, yes, but not by design, really. But in retrospect, it would be a bit silly to have it any other way. And on that note, I'm going to get a drink. Hitomi, the smelter smelts the bar that it finds the most ore of, unless there's a bug. So in this case, it will do copper. The only reason it wasn't smelting the tin is I hadn't researched tin, so it didn't know what tin was. Which is a fair bug, I feel. Now that is more interesting. Yeah, so it's segments. Oopsie, punched the microphone. Yeah. Copper bar. And as soon as the segment updates, it's all fine. I'm really hoping I don't get too much in the way of issues from network rooms, because there's to a degree there's a bit of a limit to how much I can do to fix that without compromising the very point of it in the first place, which was that it speeds shit up. But yeah, you can't. A zipper merge is the solution, but I don't know why you'd want to consistently do it. It does it intelligently, and quite frankly, I would have said that's more useful. Imho. Why does this one look lower? It's not. So cool. Network graphs work. Now what doesn't work currently is you can't set the zoom value. So what has to happen is when you set the zoom value, that request has to go up to the server. It has to regenerate the map and send it to you. So that is not going to be quick. But yeah, I didn't know what I was saying earlier. Everyone seems very excited about this Discord. Create instant invite. I said to someone, visit the Discord, but Discord is a program. It's a real name rather than meaning, you know, a Discord is a something that's off. So I'm looking something in a window. I've got too many windows open. Yeah, I was playing a game yesterday called Assault Android Cactus, which I enjoyed, but was sad to find out they didn't do very well. Sadly. Where is my looking for? Right. Cool. So that's pretty good. Well, that's not good, Peter. I don't know why. If you've got a crash, certainly if you have a crash on a test build, please do send me the log and we'll see if we can work it out. I need to do the interface for these, don't I? Because they are. Having said that, I did kind of build the room in a bit of a blue way. I don't really know why. The orange opposite of blue is orange, you see. So let's see if we can offset that with a bit of orange. That's not orange. Actually, you could just paint the lights orange. No. I had to do a hell of a lot of work last night after the stream finished to get the rooms to work networked. And these things absolutely require a room. So, no. They will be in today's patch, though, unless something goes wrong. Oops. Oh, no. Got it wrong. Just try to make my room look a little bit less cold. The lights are cool, though. If you didn't see the lights yesterday, clickety bonk, and in we go. Awesome. I mean, the monitors are probably in the test build yesterday, yes, but they don't work. Actually, they might work. No, they probably will work, actually. Just not very well. They will work better today. There we go. That's nice. And let's also edge level. I'm really hoping, by the way, that people start to spend a little bit longer making their base look nice. It does sadden me how little real players actually make their bases look good. Like, really, it does make me sadden me, that. Ah, well, Josh, you see, it's not what you think. That's the flicker's there for a different reason. I didn't really say this to say. So the flicker is there because at this point I'm changing the fog levels. So you can't tell the fog levels are changing. So if I go into here, right, and you can see it gets a bit darker. Ready? Off. And at this point here, if I don't bother going out, you can watch. See, it sort of the brightness kind of pops. Now I can't do much about the outside. I could just say it's your eyes adjusting. I don't know. Yeah, you can see there. So like, it's quite obvious, but in this direction it's not obvious because I'm covering it up with flashy lights. Smoke and mirrors, my friends. Smoke and mirrors. Wow, really? Now that's a bug I've not seen in a long time. That shouldn't have been possible. 28. Huh. Huh. Is this a bug on not that you could ever do this, but is this a bug on unsorted Mark V induction kits on Greg? No, hold on. The induction kit. Oh, induction charger, isn't it? Yeah. No, it isn't. No, it's forced induction. That's the one. Huh. Yeah. Wow. I don't... Oh, that's the arc smelter, isn't it? Comment. Arc. Yeah. That don't work. Holy shit. So this just shows nobody plays on Greg. No, Mark 5. That's not... No, that's not the problem. The problem is it's pulling 4 ore. 4? No. 8? No. 12? 16? 20? 24. Not enough. Grab 3 more, 28. So that's enough to start. Subtract 25 from that. And we're left with 3. The issue is... No, Tomas, you're wrong. You're just stop talking. I'm telling you the bug. The bug is that 2 and 4 do not divide in to 25. That is the bug. it won't get stuck with 1 ore. It will get stuck with 3. If you repeat the cycle again, you'll get stuck with 2. If you repeat the cycle again, you get stuck with 1. But the issue is you get stuck with 3. Because I picked 2 numbers that don't divide into 25. Now, unfortunately, 25 is a... Oh, there's a... Is it a square number? The first number that divides into 25 is 5. And that's a bit of a pain. Because the next number you set, you can divide it into, is... Is that it? Oh, yeah, 1, 5 and 25. Oh no, what a terrible choice. Now, it's not normally an issue. Zero, if I do that, that means that 4 and 5 are the same. Now, as I said, this isn't normally an issue. Okay? Because normally, by the time you have Mark 4s and Mark 5s, you sure as hell are sorting it. Even more so on Greg. Yeah, okay, I guess you could theoretically get it stuck on normal, but no, you can't. 2 ore per bar, it will always pull in a multiple of 2 or 4. Unless it fills up. I don't increment count. That's why. That's why. Done. Fixed. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Yes, we do. No, hold on. No, we do. Ah, where's the loop? If count is less than ore per bar, do those things. If count is greater than equal ore per bar, break. But I'm not incrementing count. So... yeah, fixed. Ta-da! Good lord, that is an old bug. As I said though, this will only actually happen if you're not sorting the hoppers. And if you're not sorting the hoppers, I have no idea why you're even using Mark 5s. So your base should look like... Why is my frame rate so rubbish? Your base should look like... that. Because then it cannot happen. Man, I'm kind of stalling because all the other things I have to do. Get rapidly less fun. I can't find Discord. My mouse, like my mouse cursor, I'm going to close, let me just shut down Unity, let me just stop running Unity, because my mouse cursor is running horribly here. And much better, okay. For the next person who's sarcastic about, oh, why do you run mouse trails, lol, you try running across 3 or 4 monitors, 3 or 4 huge monitors, and you see how well you get on without it. Why can't I find Discord? Did I close Discord? I guess I may have. Hitomi, I generally recommend for players who are looking to play optimally and efficiently, you should always attempt to have one smelter per bar type. This is not something for the first, I don't know, 5 hours of the game. Oh no, you're not getting the physics crash, are you? Yeah, so I don't know. That is the short and easy answer to this one. It's something to do with your video card driver. Probably. It's not my fault. Your drivers are old. Dude, your video drivers are 3 months out of date. Come on. Come on, dude. Sort it out. Update your video card driver. Tell me if it goes away. It's an awful crash. It's just it's something like going out of oh, I don't know what. Are you on an 8? For some reason, do you have an Intel? An MSI. Oh, this is a laptop. I guess it's a laptop with an MSI CPU. Oh, nice though. Yeah, update your video card drivers is the first bet. You can Google for this problem. Okay. Let me just grab that line. So if I search for that, you'll get a whole bunch of FortressCraft ones back. But you'll also get it inside the Unity forums, VR. Facebook game room, golf with your friends. I love that someone's posting on the GeForce forum. Some people reckon sometimes it's to do with the Shuriken transmitters. Wow. Our game releases on Steam in 1 week. This is a valid question to ask. Your rail system having Infinity or NAN is your fault. Yeah. I should also state that the physics in our game are on a different level to most games. Really, dude? Yeah, but that's just not true, is it? Throwing around lots of shit does not make your physics more complex. Wow, an entire trailer that doesn't cover what he's talking about. Yeah, he never got a fix for it. But, yeah, update your drivers. And if you can work out what it is, if it's a particular machine that causes it or something, I will fix it. I will fix it as quickly as I can. But all I know is I'm pretty sure it's an internal issue. There is an issue if you have got the older particle system, but as far as I know, there aren't any. Fixed an ancient bug where high tier inductions would cause smelters to get stuck with 1, 2, or 3 of the wrong ore in them. Base scanners now work on dedicated servers. Rooms now work on dedicated servers. Right, so let me just check this is in the same room, because I'm printing out some debug and the debug just gave me completely back what I wasn't expecting. I don't believe you. How does that happen? Oh, of course, yeah. This is going to be inside the... Okay, that was way too many. Has facets. Yeah, Thomas, that one. I got that as well. There we go. Right. Now, I do rely on this, you see. Player is in the room equals true. Okay, if that's wrong, then it should... Ah, right. This can also mean player is outside and we are outside too. Because that's just all about crap. Okay. So that's fine. We are in the same room as the player. That's okay. It's quite hard to get that to do false. So let's see if I can figure out that viz issue, because it is quite segment object script. So this is a horrible bit of code that I have slowly been tidying up as we go along, and one of my tidies fixed. Okay, so below here are all segments that do not get a threaded update. This isn't true. That yeah. This is virtually all segments, so only ones with no entities are below here. I tell you what I am going to do. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, damn. So almost definitely this is a segment that does not have a threaded update. And segments without threaded updates, I have to do in a much more complicated way. Do we have to debug me? We do. Now, one trick I found, if you've got a lot of things, and I mean you have a shit ton of stuff, but it is a Unity class, what you can do is you can do this, and that lets me pop a breakpoint on there, and it means that any segment object I put a breakpoint on, I can actually go and debug, which is actually quite a neat way of doing it. Okay, so I think I only have one world. The Fortress Hampton, I believe, suffers from this issue. I will check, Peter. I will check that. I'm pretty sure the answer is no. When I say the old particle system, I mean Shuriken. Non-Shuriken. I mean 4+ years old. I also would like to leave this server running overnight. I'd like to get rid of those spikes. So those collapses are due to quitting the game. Why am I here? Oh yeah, looking for a broken world. So I'm pretty sure I need to be facing away from the segment. And then I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a broken segment over here. But this is the segment. It can't have any grass in it. Can't have any objects in it at all. It's quite rare to have a segment that isn't Unity updating. Oh man, this one was broken. Guess who put machines in it? This guy. Oh no, hold on. Oh no, yeah, there is this grass. I could probably break this segment just by clearing out. Yeah, that's the bug I want to fix, you see, as well. So I fixed the performance of plants, but they are sleepy as fuck now. Right, this segment should now break on a restart. But I can find another one, that's good enough. Is that snow? That's... I didn't... Oh, okay. Snow is based on density, not depth. And I'm 90% sure I can also recreate this in another way. But there's one surefire way of getting rid of all of the segments from the all of the entities from the segment. Okay, that's 1,000,000 power. Now, those are okay at the moment. But if I go back into a room, come back again. Now, Peter. No, it doesn't. But what it does use is... physics. Does it crash immediately, by the way, or can you actually get in there and delete them? Like, can you run it for a couple of minutes? Can you go delete all those and see if it goes away? Zero, I use all the shortcut keys from Mouse Without Borders. I know you can just do it like a big virtual desktop, but I use Control-Shift F1 to Control-Shift F4 to jump between machines. Right, I'm going to be back in just one moment. Talk amongst yourselves. Of course the cats need feeding. Of course they do. Don't know. My new PC's got DDR4 in it. It's amazing seeing all the people going changing bandwidth, because if you actually get right down to it, speed of memory is not usually anywhere near as important as access times. Latency far outstrips throughput. DDR4 is good at that, but it's not quite so fast. So again, he told me, don't forget, this isn't a computer I have for fun. It's not like, oh, I'm going to play Call of Duty in super ultra detail. It's for work. It's a work machine. And if I have to wait for my work machine, I am literally wasting money. Literally, without even being funny, wasting money. Every second, I've lost my whole... Every second I spend staring at my computer waiting for something to happen, I could be coding. So... And I have this is a 3930 I'm running here. Okay, this is 5. I've lost it. This is 5 generations old. This computer. So I remember used to being excited about buying a new computer. I have got a nice case, though. Might as well. Like, a nice case is, you know, like £100 more than a crap case. I've got a nice case. And a nice power supply and all that shit. Oh yeah, that CPU was a fucking bad boy. That one was. I'm just gonna check. It is 3930K. Mine's overclocked to 4.2, I think. This new PC should be overclocked to 5.2, something like that. The system will be fully overclocked, like it'll be pushed to whatever its particular limits are. Again, I don't have time to mess around overclocking it myself. It's being overclocked by professionals who will actually, you know, test it and make sure it's fine and heat and all those things. Really? Honestly, I didn't overclock mine for, like, I don't know, 5 years or something, and then, but I have run a water cooler for ages, and I just went click full overclock, and I think it just went 4.2, and I was like, can we go farther? I think I got it up to 4.5, but then it got a bit wobbly, so I think it's running at 4 at the moment. But I've got a whacking great cooler on it. Yeah, do you see my thing with the... Oh, yeah, this is my bug with the plants. If I hang around here for a while, all these plants will appear. Not those are grass. Why did I make these a segment entity? There they are. See? That's what I would like to fix. So it's not that one. If instance is false... Ah, my mouse is barely moving. What's going on? Oh Like, I've got so much spare CPU time. Single-threaded performance. That's interesting. So this is a segment entity, and this is called calc player. Ah. This is the under segment check. Okay, update player distance info. If M distance to player is less than 64, MNLF updates equals 0. Player is close by. This doesn't make a lot of sense networked, mind you. So we attempt to re-get the under segment in a short order. What I will be doing when I get my new computer, my current GPU, my 1070 will come across, and I will downgrade this PC to a 970, which is the last GPU I had, and then that should do me fine for anything I need on this. I'm gonna I think that is an expensive call. So I probably don't need to do that one. All I can do is say if M segment dot approx distance to player is less than 64. I'm trying to be efficient here. So the problem is I've got an efficient fix of plants. Plants will very lazily and slowly page in their under segment to work out if they are underneath the player. The problem is that for whatever reason, the plant's a long way away and failed to page in. But if I sprint towards it in that minute, you'll get that issue. There's just no plants, and then suddenly their 30 seconds will be up, and then they'll just start to pop in and appear. And I need to try and find at the same time a way of making it optimal, and a way of making it responsive, and a way of making it fast. Right, I still haven't actually reproduced the bug that I was trying to reproduce, so haha. Why do you need VRAM for 3D modelling? Like, I don't see the correlation there at all. Not even a little bit. Okay, so hopefully out here. No, that still hasn't worked. I guess what I should do is here saying so really we don't need to do this check. All we need to do is here if under seg not okay, it's that one. So this is okay. This is a perfectly acceptable check there. And here, if under seg is null and it's in a good state, else, and then I okay, and then do not continue. Yeah, see, this code should really be in here. So every once every is that true? It's 5. Yeah. Okay. Once a minute. Yeah. Sure. Once a minute we do that one. But if the player was nearby at that point, then we'll do it again almost immediately. As opposed to what I was doing, which is going, the player's not nearby, then going to sleep, then coming back. And probably if mnlf updates mod 6 equals 0 once seconds. No, hold on, I can't do that. There. Probably, actually no, it's probably, once it's there, once we've got the segment, it's cheap as chip. It's getting the segment, so that should be okay. Cheap as chips. I have too many windows open as well. There's lots planned for patch 18, but probably your best bet is to read the. There's a roadmap on the forum, and there's a patch notes on the forum. Main thing though include hydroponics, plants, rooms, base scanners, performance optimizations, medical bays. I've forgotten other things. As you can see, this is my favourite thing there. This is totally the coolest thing. All apart from that, I might need to make those fonts a bit brighter. Oh man, my base is terrible, isn't it? I'm still not sure if that's a bug, you know, or whether or not that is actually my terrible, terrible tin, jumping up to lots and then nothing, then lots of that, because each of those gaps is 1 minute now. I'll release it when it's ready, as is the right time to release everything. Yeah, bars is pretty good. Bars is consistent, or it does seem to be wobbly. Now part of that. Now hold on. Don't ore extractors offload just one at a time? So if I look at this ore extractor, if I can. Yeah, so fast drill heads overshoot, don't they? They overfill their storage, then they take a while to empty. So this will go down quite a lot, and then it will go whoosh upwards and then down, and then whoosh upwards and then down. Right. I forgot what I just changed. Oh yeah, plants. Those ones look good. But it's ones in a segment I haven't loaded things. Gazero, that doesn't help. The bottleneck's the limiting factor. All you'll do is, you can show you on the graph, that'll create a spike. And as soon as that hopper's full, you're back to where it was. Now, essentially, what should happen here is as soon as the player gets within 64 meters, plants should update. So, eventually, plants will do their thing. Oh, fuck's sake. I mean, they're all there. They're all doing it behind me. What have I done wrong here? As soon as we get the segment, we'll pass on through here. Interestingly, there's probably no reason to be doing it like this. So this is just the dig up code, all right? This is this underseg shit. Oh no, because I don't know if it's on a bay or not. Bugger. No. You're serious. Well, actually, the bottleneck in my case is well, it's a lot of things, but yeah, if you put a hopper down, you'll get a nice spike of ore, and then it'll just settle back to exactly as it was. I haven't really sort of fiddling it. Remember, you shouldn't fix the chart, you should fix the problem. We'll have another look in a moment. I don't see why this isn't working. I mean, honestly, I'm looking at it. Some of this doesn't even make any sense. Like, that makes more sense. But yeah, basically, if the segment's knackered, do that. If the segment is null, and then return. At no point should we progress past that. We don't need to have this. We don't need to bother checking if that's happened, because if it's gone null, then we return. So we don't need to do those checks. That's just wasted CPU time anyway. I just can't quite work out why they're not being responsive. I don't even need to check if the other segment is null. All I need to do the other check. Sorry, the other one. Yeah. If under segment is in a good... Actually, no, I don't need to do that either, because I know it's not. So I know under seg is fine. I know under seg is in a good state here. And I've just moved that. Giger. He was French. That certainly made the code a little bit tighter anyway. But it's here. So I can probably fix it by reducing that number. But the CPU time goes way up. So once a minute, I go, right, if we don't have an under segment, I will go, give us an under segment. I'm gonna put another variable rather than this one. So we'll do under seg check delay. And I'm going to set that to 60. So no, 300. So 1 minute. Because that's fine. Because normally a minute is perfectly fine. So if under seg check delay is less than or equal to 0, do that. Under seg check delay minus. Okay. In this case, equals 300. Do not check again for 1 minute. In this case, player is close by. Check again. We'll check again in 1 second. That should give enough time to do that. If under any point the player is nearby, and 64 meters is not that nearby, then under seg check delay minus equals 10. So really, we don't need to do this bit either. So that will do it in 3 segments. So if the player is nearby, then we'll do it again. It doesn't make a lot of sense for network servers, but network servers, if I really care about it, could round robin check the network clients. Oh man, I've got a video of my computer. That's not a video. That's my cat. Whee! Now how do I put this on my... There we go. Here's my new computer. Whee! All coloured lights if I want them. Whee! I doubt I'll have that on most of the time. But yeah, although in my heart it hurts buying a computer that expensive, it has been a very long time since I have bought a new computer. Like, new GPU, yeah, new computer, not in ages. So really, it's, you know, I've got my money's worth out of this one. It's still pretty good. It's surprising how much an older computer that was a decent CPU will bulldoze new games. But I am just getting to the point now, because FortressCraft continues to expand and get bigger, and I want to be able to run it at a sensible sort of rate. Okay, so first thing, if I build a new plant, click. See, that's got to be fixed immediately. Like, that has to be changed. It will pop in, I'm sure, but that means that it's going to be quite tricky to... actually, if I put a breakpoint there... And the plant still works and all that. It actually still works. It's just... He told me you can just set it. You can just set. Like blue or red or psychedelic, or I can probably actually like configure it to change colour based on the temperature and whatever. All I really want. So the current Fortress server is a white, and my only problem is it's on all the time. Right, so that should hopefully be pretty much the only one in this here. Oh my god, my mouse cursor. What on earth? So in this case, just to check, the approximate distance to player is 80 odds. 80. Oh, it's growing. There we go. Oh, maybe I did fix it. And I was just too impatient. Yes, there we go. In this particular case, there it is. It's 9 meters away. So we reduce that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is too long. So it did do it. Oh, that's 30. If I want it to happen, I need to reduce it by 100. Nearly there. Bum, 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 bum. That's probably good enough. Question is though, if I head off here into the yonder, which way was my yonder? My yonder was this way. No, this way. Better. So basically what's happening is as soon as I get within 64 meters, it's causing an update. So that's actually working quite well. Now, what I can do, you see, is like if I decide I want to, I can set that to be frame rate meters. Or frame rate times 2 meters. So if you're running at 60, you can probably afford to do it up. But yeah, if I wait, it will do those plants to the horizon. So if you're actually not just doing what I'm doing and just sprinting headlong into the void, it's fine. And more importantly, what's that done to the graph? Set 1 millisecond. That's fine. With a peak of 6. That's great. Okay, let's try and break the viz. There we go, that's what I wanted. Well, wanted is a bit of a loose term. Come on, Unity, there we go. Now, only drawback is going to be selecting it. So this one is... So what I want is minus 64, minus 16. Shit. And then something after that. Minus 16. Right, so we've got 2 segments there. Right, how do we have 2 segments? Oh, right, minus 64. So it's this one. Hello, you. Can I tell anything about you? You're in use. Excellent. The dot to the player is 0. You're not out of render range. You're not being rendered, but you're also not in range. So let's... segment object strip. Debug me. Basically, I've got literally thousands of these objects. The only way to possibly debug it is to flag it in the editor. Okay, so why aren't you being rendered? Are you in range? No. Have we set force calculation? No. Do we ever set force calculation? Don't know. Y mod is 0. We are... Oh, aha. So it might actually be a further down issue. I was kind of expecting this point in the process to argue with the threaded viz, but the threaded viz is saying, we're out of true. We're out of... So we do an immediate check. Have we been initialized? We have. Excellent. Are we in the same room as the player? No. What? Well, that's obviously bollocks. Are we in range? No. Are we being rendered? No. Are we force calc? No. So in this case, none of that will trigger. What's this in range shit then? And all I need to do is call the function. Why did we decide that none of those were... Again, this is easy to fix. This is trivial to fix. I need to fix it in such a way that doesn't just hammer the frame rate. But for some reason, I think the issue is it was saying, where was it? In segment same room as player equals false. Well, that's the issue. That's fundamentally the issue here, because we blatantly are in the same room as the player. And we only assign that here when we do calc viz. And we only call calc viz. I don't believe you. Oh, okay. Maybe we do only call calc viz there once. A lot of this stuff could probably do being tidied up. Unsurprisingly. At what point would we check again? We should have periodic checks, you see. Basically, the code just got itself in a dead-end knot. But it's only set true or false in one place, I think. It's only set during calc viz. It's read in a whole bunch of places, but only set during calc viz. And calc viz, I thought was done more often than that, I have to say. But it's not. Is that a mistake? I thought here I just called calc viz. Or when I said final references. See, that's... Is segment in the same room as the player? I love debugging. It's great. What segments do we think we're in them? room IDs null. So we don't have any room IDs, which means that we are -1. So I'm kind of just wondering if this is not expensive here. I wonder if I should just simply... Is segment players false equals segment out of view false. Segment out of view, yeah, so if they're not the same, force or calculation. So we're not in range. That's the bit that's really confusing me. This in range variable just appears to be just a bunch of lies. In range means we've either just initialized or we are LR dis, which we haven't calculated. Segment draw distance of infinity. Fine. But we're not calculating that because we're not in the same room as the player. So, oh god, this is just a nightmare. This whole system. Again, lots of this is old crafty code that I would like to get rid of, but I do have better things to do than just to sit here and endlessly rewrite code that doesn't need to be. So I think all I really need to do is occasionally tweak this one. Yeah. I mean, it makes more sense to do that anyway because that's a cheap check. Just Discord again. There it is. Right, so I need to break it and see if I fixed it. And then I need to see if I've broken the profiling. But yeah, all it was getting into a dead-end state where it had quietly gone to sleep. It was out of range, out of view, wasn't in the same room. I'm good, I don't need to do anything, but there was no sort of wake-up call. But yeah, that should probably be disabled now. And does seem to be okay. How's that? Okay, let me just let that frustrum break finish. Cool. That seems to be good. There should have been one over here. As I said though, it's dead easy to fix these things. It's always easy to fix viz issues. Always. It's harder to fix them and not just screw up your performance. Yeah, what I might do is, if the plant is very close, just do that immediately. The thing is, the quickest I can do it is a third of a second. That's just how long the ticks are. Okay, there's very little chance that some of those... Actually, hang on, how's that look? Do I definitely have... Yeah, okay, cool. Also... The nice man is harassing me to pay for my computer, which is in a nice way, but it should be sent out here. Well, shall I mark that one off as done? Still... Actually, what I might do, I might go and get my wallet and actually pay for that now, because, see my frame rate on my mouse? I want a new computer. I also need a drink. So I'm going to get a drink and my wallet, and then it's lights and base scanners again. That moment when you haven't been out of the house in days and you can't find your wallet. What have I done with my wallet? See, if I'd memorised my numbers, I wouldn't need it. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. I put it neatly. I made it neat. Right. I don't even want to look at the price. At least though, it looks more expensive than it is because I don't pay VAT, obviously, because I am a whatchamacallit? I'm VAT registered, so I get the VAT back because I've never understood fucking VAT. And if I ignore the VAT, which I should, oh yeah, I've got 2 in my cart. If I ignore the VAT, then this isn't even like 1.5 months rent. I have 1 item in my cart. My cart. My lovely cart. Now the question is, will this go through, or will my bank ring me up going, "Hello, Mr. Sawkins, we have noticed a transfer," and I'm like, I know! So I'm just filling in my details. Wow, none of them have my actual address in there. Address. In West Yorkshire. Are shipping and billing addresses the same? I don't know. I'm going to say yes. Why not? Hopefully. Man, £4.50 delivery. So you don't need to watch me spend my money. It is a Visa debit card, and the number is stored in my thingy, and the expiry date is these numbers. Oh dear, that's not very good, that dialogue. 0820, and the CVC is 100,000,060,000,000. Just to check. Cool. £4.50 shipping. Oh god, I hate these things. I hate these. Enter the 1st, 5th and 6th characters. It's easier when I can say it out loud, but obviously I don't really want to read my password out loud. No. I'm really expecting this to fail, and the bank to ring me up and then going, "Oh, please try again." Well, then it won't. Oh no, Peter, I hope you're okay. No. Now, what I said to you was no, But so the macerators do not use the old particle system, but the macerators are one of the very few objects that do use the physics particles. I would be amused if this was the case. Now, drills also use these particles. But we've got this collision. Oh. Drill particles collision. Yeah. So the macerator, you see, has these fancy particles here. I wonder if that will fix it. Because they actually scale to 0. If I just scale them to 10% instead. See, now they pop rather than scaling to infinity. So if I turn, yeah, so if I turn off the now how do I hide that crap? Unrelated. Wow, this should be a different shader. Not what will be causing your issue, but a little bit of performance. That explains probably why it was running a little badly. But yeah, I think that may have solved it, because they were scaling to 0. Now they scale to nearly 0 and then disappear. I'm just trying to work out how I can get rid of the collision. Okay, visualize bounds. There we go. So that's how it actually looks. Which is really expensive, by the way. It's really expensive. But it no longer... I have actually done a small fix to that. But in today's patch, let me know if it goes away. I will put a note in. I will check the drill particles. Zod. I could, but I'm not going to. Corpses fall through the ground anyway. Actually, Zod, what you're probably not understanding, right? This isn't colliding with everything. This is colliding with that plane, right? So I know for a fact that because the macerator is there, I know for a fact it's pretty high likelihood that anything nearby can bounce off like that. Corpses, wasp corpses are anywhere in the world. They could exist in any part of the world. So in that case, it doesn't make any sense to have that. And the answer is not a no. The answer is not really. Yeah, please do, Peter, because this bug has been following me for a long time. Now, I will do the same thing on the ones on the drill, because they're on they're on here as well. You see, it's the same trick. It's an expensive trick, but it's a cool one. And also on the here. Now, I'm really surprised. You see, you haven't seen it before. If it happens here, but same thing. These will now collision render bounds. I bet none of you have ever even noticed it happens, have you? But I'll fix it. Also, the worms also have the same size over lifetime. People filter, they don't collide though. These particles collide. There are only a very few particles collide. Yes, if you place mass vector sideways, that probably does look stupid. Okay. So, we're going to assume that one's fixed. We're going to assume the plants are fixed. I need to... Actually, I need to fix the base scanner full stop because I've got some just issues. Base scanner. Now, how many minutes is that? That is 512 divided by that minutes, I think. Let's see if that works. And then I need to transmit that down to the server, you see. PP Volta, it doesn't matter. It's not the particles at the expensive bit, it's the... Oh my god, that looks cool. Sorry, it's not the particles at the expensive bit, it's the... Oh, how do I do... What's the shortcut key for capture a GIF? Control-Shift-G. I need to wait for the torch, really. again. Not with the torch though. Go away, torch. Now, I can't capture gifts easily because my shortcut key for it has a G in it. Or maybe I... Oh, it was still uploading the last one. Oh, wait, that's too small. That wasn't bad, but I should have waited in the air a lot longer for it to be dark. Also, if I just restart that, the first time you go in there, they've got all the particle effects, you see? Plasma effect. I get one chance not to screw this up. If you had one shot, would you take it? I can't remember the rest of the lyrics. In patch 17, PP Volta, are you on Linux? Because if so, you should be on Linux staging for reasons that I'm not going into right now. Awesome. See how that looks. I do quite like Giazzo, guys. I don't know, is it? Giazzo. Does that look alright? Special Facebook understands that. No, fuck you, Facebook. It's nice though. Okay, so it's a nice little clip. Shows the doors opening, shows the status screen, shows it turning on, and then hopefully gives everything people need. Okay, so I didn't actually check if I fixed the base thing. I got so distracted by walking in and out of a door. It's odd in computer games when you have, like, you know, you can build all this this massive base and you can explode stuff and explore. And what am I really excited about? There's doors now. Yay! There's doors. See, I think in this case, I think that door's actually already open. Yeah. I think doors that you're too close to don't start at the beginning of the game or something. Yeah, no, pretty much. I reckon, Patrick, this looks like Minecraft circa 1998. I'm a bit worried about that, though. The anisotropic appears to be forcing off, but that may well be an editor thing. So. That's better. Good. That actually does the correct thing. Now I need to write a stub window. And I wrote one of these the other day. What did I write it for? Can anyone remember? Because I can't. We'll call this base scanner window. Gotta wait for Unity to compile that before I can There we go. Okay, so we have two functions. We have wait, do we have two functions? We just got the one. We just got one, don't we? Toggle zoom. That's it. Toggle zoom. So that should be everything apart from writing the actual function to do it. Do we get a payload? Ampule dispenser. Is it just yeah. So we can't interact directly with our own class. We need to basically say to the server, "Hello, server. I've done this," and then the server will actually do it. Public void toggle zoom. If world script is host, MB is server. So what should happen now is I should just basically go, "Hello server," I press the button. Then the server should go, "Ooh, wait a moment." Base scanner window. Yeah, to be honest, I should just say if server toggle zoom, else. That should do it. Should do it. Yeah, so I gave Todd Mia the thing last night, so we do have the base graph on a website, which is cool. I like that. I like that. Yeah, so that should do it. So what should happen is if you're a client, you go, hello server, please toggle the zoom. And then that message goes up here, up to the server. And then it comes down on the server, and then the server calls toggle zoom, and then that will cause the color map to update. And the color map updating cause us to set the output map, and setting the output map should, I think, render map dirty and probably request immediate network update there. Yeah, so we update every 60 seconds. Or when we update. Okay, so I'm gonna shut down the server because I'm gonna need to test this. And then once this is done, we need to do torch room lights. Now, the only thing I don't like about the room lights, you cannot pick the color of a rune light. And that's annoying. Okay, so assuming we haven't broken this, which is entirely possible. Cool, that still works. Now I should hopefully be able to make a build, push this on the server. Now it will take a moment because every time you update it, the request goes up to the server. The request comes back down for the server. And then it has to build the map and then transmit the map to you. So it isn't going to be instant. It will be a couple of seconds at least. Copy that onto the server. Okay, so that should be that. I hope. Let's hope it doesn't crash. The thing is, when I make a mistake here, it takes forever. Okay, so booting the server up. It's a shame I can't. I should probably set up like an IP webcam so I can actually send you the server. Okay, server is up. I need to go via the main menu. Connect to the server. Okay, so we're on the server. Okay. Oh, cool. No, that's all right. Client sent Nick. What I might do is change that to processing or something. I might need to wait for the first minute to happen because the server hasn't been running for a minute yet. Or I've broken it. That's obviously also a thing. shouldn't be though. There any errors? I'm getting a message though. Screw up. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't register it. Bollocks. I need to register the that. Ampule dispenser. Oh, it says Ampule still has no S in it. Ampule dis. I've done it again. Ampule. Ampule. I can't type that. I can't type it. No. There we go. I wonder why it was in red, because I'm like, oh, well, that's handy. It's easy to read. It's red because it was an error. Okay, make another build. Then I'll copy that one onto the server. This takes too long and it's kind of boring. Tra la 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 la. And onto the server. My thumbs.db is open. Shush. Sorry about that. I accidentally managed to close OBS without noticing. Sorry, I'm not very clever. Okay, and reconnect to the server. Okay, so give it a moment. Cool, so I zoom in. Yeah. Now I don't network sync that number, but that's easy enough to do. Sweet. So we'd send toggle zoom, that sets the time scale, and then we write network update, writer.write timescale, otherwise the client will zoom, it won't know it. And I'll bring the server back down. And cool, that was easy enough. And then same thing again for lights, I guess. Room light window. Okay, and same thing, save that. In we go. There's a whole bunch more network things I need to do at some point. I can't remember to my head, but there are a whole bunch of machines that don't quite synchronize networks in the way that I would necessarily like. but I've now got a much easier way of setting that up than I did in the past. So that's also rather good. Okay, so same thing, not quite the same thing, more or less the same thing though. So ampule dispense, room light window. Not the best name thing I've ever written, it has to be said. Oh, wait, hold on. I have an email from my publisher. Wow. Wrong publisher. Okay, so in this case we advanced filter, add advanced convert. What's it called? Filter window? Conveyor filter window. And in this case, we can do it for both because we're not incrementing a thing here. So, room light, what's that? Paint, LAD.paint, color, set color. Toggle zoom, one word becomes set color. Comma U short alcohol. Set color alcohol. Now we can do this on both client and server, but if we aren't a server, then we should tell the server what color we just painted it. And I just need to work out how the conveyor filter window does that. We don't have anything else that takes it, do we? Oh boy. So that... Sign edit panel, maybe. Sign edit panel. Oh god, side edit panel. Let's not do that one. Takes a... I'm trying to think of something that takes a... Our start port window probably does actually.